I think one of the more popular forums is TripAdvisor, which I visited actually as recent as yesterday into last night. And there are several, sort of negative stories that are on the TripAdvisor that we are addressing as we speak.
The reviews of the Turks and Caicos Islands on numerous travelers' forums have seemingly turned into crime reports. Tourists that have visited the country are no longer writing about their vacations in paradise, but they are now issuing warnings like Beware of the TCI, advising others to stay away from the country. In a discussion had a disappointment in Turks and Caicos, a tourist from New Hampshire who visited the TCI last month said, quote, "We often said if there is a heaven on earth, this must be it. But this is not the case now. If you do visit, watch your back and don't count on the police for protection or assistance. You are on your own, and it is sad to see this wonderful place go to hell." Another said, "Overall, I would never recommend visiting Turks and Caicos unless you are on a cruise ship and do not leave the cruise ship center. The crime rate against tourists is increasing daily." Polls were made as late as yesterday, May 5th, and were done by regular vacationers to the country who say they are never returning. One article said it's unfortunate that they have to post negative reports about their trips on the well-known site, but they believe travelers need to be informed. Minister of Tourism, the Honorable Wayne Garland, said that he doesn't believe that these articles will cause a plunge in tourist arrival numbers.
These are things that happen. It's unfortunate. Like I say, I think we have always been a country that has been sort of working with prevention of crimes at this level. I know, now the police, they've stepped up their game as far as, making sure that these kind of events, don't happen as much as possible. But, we have to do what we have to do. But I don't think it will impact us negatively. I think, things will happen. It's what you do after they happen. That is very important, and we are taking every step, through the tourist board, through the Ministry of Tourism and the Hotel and Tourism Association to make sure we address this as positively and as quickly as possible so it doesn't impact our tourism.
President of the Turks and Caicos Hotel and Tourism Association, Karen Witt, said that TCHTA members are deeply concerned about the postings and have been engaging in discussions with the Royal Turks and Caicos Police Force. She said, quote, "In view of the current global economic downturn and by extension, a decrease in visitor arrivals to our destination, the Turks and Caicos can ill afford to allow the negative publicity that can emanate from this type of activity in the islands to tarnish the low crime image that we have been promoting over the years." While the reviews of those active forums continue to mount, mentioning recent gang rapes, home invasions, and aggravated burglaries that have unfolded in the island of Providenciales, tourists are calling the police force incompetent, saying, quote, "Anyone who goes to Provo and feels safe is being very ignorant of what is really going on." Press Liaison Officer Sergeant Calvin Chase said that the police force is aware that these crimes have threatened the tourism industry and they are stamping it out in full force.
Remember, tourism is a fragile industry and we depend on that industry. So we have to do everything in our measures to make sure that tourists could come here and still feel safe.
For WIV4 News, I'm Nikira John.